And alhamdulillah, you know, Brother Suleiman talked about success measures. For me, those same things are success measures. When my children want to come here, I got an email from a brother's mom a few days ago. Can I share it with you guys? This is a success measure. Remind me, I was talking about perfume. Can you guys remind me? She said, I want to express my gratitude to you, Mustafa, and to you for providing a healthy place for my son Blank to grow, learn, and become the man God has intended. I have seen such tremendous growth in him since he has become close to you both. From the heart of a mother, I thank you for your contribution to that. May you and all you endeavor be richly blessed. Amen. This is a brother who, his mother is not outwardly Muslim to my knowledge, but she recognizes a good growth. So you talk about success measures, right? And I wrote her back and said, if that's the only thing I ever got it'd be enough for all of the work that we do. If one mother walks away feeling like a brother's conversion to Islam and then his growth is, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what it means to bring heart, love, to enjoy to the heart of a mother? So it's a success measure. Another success measure for me is when people walk in and they go, it smells good in here. You know what I'm saying? That's a success measure, for real, for real. And if you ever go to a good spa, they don't call it a massage when you come in. Like if you go to get a massage, they say, what experience are you having today? And then you go get the massage, like, how was your experience? Right? Right? That's just to go get a massage. What about when you're trying to come get a spiritual massage? Right? How was your experience? How did the place look? How did it smell? How did you feel? So the success measures for us are very much related to that, and they were for the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. There was a time we were walking into CMF, Vacaville. It's one of the two main prisons in California that also serves as a hospital. It's in Vacaville, California Medical Facility. Imam Zaid and a group of us were going to visit the Muslims there, and as we were walking in, there was this older white American lady behind us, and she said, again, success measures, right? She said, I just love being around the Muslims. We wish there was more of that being said. I wish I could have gotten her on camera, right? She's like, I just love being around the Muslims. And we turn around like, y'all just smell so good all the time. That's a success measure, for real, for real. And the Muslims took this serious because I'm mentioning this not to be frivolous, this is real. The Muslims took this so serious that some of the jurists amongst the Shafi school of law, for example, hold that there's no extravagance in spending money on perfume. That you can spend whatever you want on perfume and it's not considered extravagant because it's so important to smell good. May Allah always make it smell good. I mean, another thing to be cautious of, and I think I may be a little bit hypersensitive to this because I mix with the community a lot and because people come up and talk to me, is the importance of making sure that your breath is fresh. For real. Because you can't usually smell your own breath, but you can be on Funk 3000, and you're talking to someone and they don't know. For real. And now you say, well, what does that have to do with Islam? The Prophet said, if I didn't fear that it would be a burden on my followers, I would have commanded them to brush their teeth before every prayer, 5 times a day. He says to use a toothstick, but that is not, it's to remove filth from your mouth and to make sure that there's healthy salivation so that your mouth doesn't become dry, because one of the causes of bad breath is that you have inadequate salivation. You don't have enough saliva in your mouth. And so the miswak, the toothstick, stimulates your salivation process and makes sure that your mouth stays fresh. One of the things I learned from one of my main teachers is that he always carried mints with him everywhere he went. And he said that my grandfather, Habib Ahmed Mashur Hadash, he loved polos. They don't have them that often in the States. If you ever see polos, if you want to give me a gift, buy me polos. They're like, what are they called? They're like, what's it called? Like lifesavers, you know? That's what I call my favorite, yo. You know what I mean? That is good moment, people. You know what I mean? They're like lifesavers, but they have them a lot in Britain and overseas and stuff. But the Habib used to love polos. I was with Omar Daytona, and he told us that. And so ever since then, anytime we see polos, grab a case. Because even though he's a great scholar, he would always make sure that his breath was fresh. May Allah give us fresh breath. I don't want you guys walk out here being like, so. But be mindful of that, be mindful of that. Because people don't remember that you can, the sister you're talking to, sis, or the brother you're talking to, brother, they're not going to be like, hey dude, your breath totally stinks, man. They're not going to say anything unless they're your homie. That's how you know you're real homie. If you call a booger, you know it's homie, right? You got a booger, You know what I'm saying? And Allah make us real friends. Yeah, so it's important to smell good, and it's a big part of what Islam came to do. Another serious implication is that if you look at the historical trajectory of Muslims in America, in the later period, meaning from the 1940s on, that narrative was very much dominated by proto-Islamic groups like the Nation of Islam. And one of the things that set the nation aside, and one of the ways that you knew that it was someone from the nation, is what I like to call it the CBF, amongst other things. You guys know what the CBF stands for? The cocoa butter factor, right? If there's a very high, CBF. Brothers from the nation, the cocoa butter is thick, balanced, right? Line up, clothes iron, you know what I'm saying? Shoe shine, and have beautiful vernacular. Brothers that have been through universities. These are brothers a lot of times came from the bottom of the barrel, but they knew that one of the most important things about them being Muslim is the way they dressed, the way they spoke, the way they smelled, and the way they treated people. Right? I bought a book yesterday at a store that I was at a store. And I bought a book. My son was with me. I was at the Brooks Brothers in Chicago. And my son was with me, and there was a book called How to Raise a Gentleman. I would recommend that you all get that, especially if you have sons, right? I hope there's a How to Raise a Lady one. I was thinking about it because I didn't go to the lady side. I didn't buy my wife anything this time. I saw the book, and I picked it up, and I was thinking about it. And you know what it goes through talking about? The importance, number one, of being a good example as a parent. The please, thank you, excuse me rule. That as a parent, even when you're telling your child, you're asking them